Good evening and welcome to this Wednesday night edition of 4FSU Weather, and it's our final Wednesday show of the spring semester.
Yes, I'm student meteorologist Jay Kimball.
And I'm student meteorologist Shane Pendleton.
And welcome back to the final edition of the Webcam Wednesday.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Wednesday without webcams, and we've got those coming for you tonight, as well as some other special treats.
Yes, we have so many to talk about, but another special treat we've seen is the weather.
It has been a treat to be outside. It's finally warmed up. It feels like springtime, and the sun is out there all day long. It is beautiful.
Yes, indeed. As you see the weather, it's been absolutely magnificent. You talk about temperatures in the 80s, mid-80s, I should be precise, and rain not to be heard of until Friday. So we got a lot to talk about.
So yeah, it's a great week to get outside, and we'll have a reporter out in the field later in the show, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But for right now, let's send it out to Ayesha for an overview of tonight's show.
Thanks, guys. So right here, we're going to start off with our Webcam Wednesday. Beautiful weather overall. Yesterday, we had a high of 84 degrees, and today, 84 as well. So it was just gorgeous outside for the most part. Nothing but sunshine, a few clouds here and there. 79 degrees currently in Tallahassee, 78 in St. Mark's. Down on the coast, we're a bit cooler. Apalachicola at 73. So still nice temperatures around the Big Bend compared to yesterday. Just beautiful weather overall. 59 we're calling for tonight, so it's going to be a bit warmer than it was yesterday. We had a low of 48, and a few clouds here and there. The clouds are going to start building up. But what's the game plan for this week? The clouds are going to roll in when that cold front comes through, and you're going to see that rain come on Friday, but it's going to leave. But it's going to still be sunny and dry for the most part on Saturday and Sunday, so you can go out and to your heart's content. Just make sure you bring a jacket on Friday. But for right now, I'm going to take it back to the desk with Shane and Jay.
Thank you, Ayesha. You know, me and Shane are definitely going to bring our jackets going on Friday night, because it is a senior show, too, so we make sure to have them.
It's going to be fantastic, and the weather this weekend is also going to be fantastic, which is good news for Slide the City.
Yes, it's a huge water slide between College Street and Borough Avenue, so it's going to be a great time to go out and have some fun in the water.
Yeah, it's not often you get to slide down the street of the city on an inner tube, and it's an exciting event. It'll be here all day, Saturday, April 23rd, and prices range up from about $20 depending on how many times you want to slide. It looks to be great conditions for that.
But remember, this is a long water slide now. It's not no kiddie pool or anything like that.
Right.
And plus, there's a college discount. So college kids, if you want to go out and have a little stress sleep before finals, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, what better way to relieve your stress than with a 1,000-foot water slide? But for right now, we're going to turn our attention to the current conditions in Tallahassee as we take it out to the wall for a local segment. This evening in Tallahassee, the humidity is really low, which is good news because it is a warm one out there, let me tell you. But with a humidity of 28%, our hair is not going completely crazy, and our neighbors can see much of the same across the area. Upper 70s or even flirting with the lower 80s across much of the tri-state area, from 79 in Macon to 77 degrees down there in Panama City. And this is not going to last forever, though, that sunshine. The warmth will stick around, but we've got a lot of cloud cover moving through the area. We saw some beautiful clouds out there this afternoon, and we're going to be seeing more of them throughout tomorrow as the rainfall approaches our region. This is all associated with a large frontal system that will be moving closer to our area, and one way we know it's coming is with the dew point. This temperature is a measure of the moisture in the atmosphere, and the higher it is, the more moisture there is and the stickier it feels. So we're pretty comfortable right now with the dew point of 43 here in Tally, but down there in Apalachicola and Carabel, where their dew points are already breaking into the 60s, they know that rain is coming because their hair is starting to get a little bit frizzy with all that moisture. Now we're going to turn our attention to what's on its way. Here's that cold front. It's our big blue line across the map right now, and it's inching its way ever closer to the Big Bend region. It'll be bringing us rain showers as we look later into the day on Thursday, and we're going to see temperatures continue to remain warm throughout the period of the rain moving into our region. It's not going to be that much of a potent weather system when it comes to intensity or temperature all that much. We're going to have conditions remain relatively warm through this system moving through our region. But let's talk about tonight. Tonight it's going to get down to 59 degrees in Tallahassee. We wouldn't be surprised if there's a few clouds and a light breeze. So if you get chilled easily, do take a light jacket out. And breaking down tomorrow for you, we'll be starting off a little cool in the lower 60s. And we'll see building clouds by lunchtime as temperatures skyrocket into the upper 70s, breaking out around 80 degrees for the afternoon commute tomorrow. And here's our 5-day forecast telling you what's to come. Friday is when that front will be moving through our region, so we're giving you a 70% chance of rain and slightly cooler temperatures, but it won't be with us for very long. We've got temperatures climbing back up into the 80s for a very sunny weekend, so it'll be perfect conditions for Slide the City, and the sun will be with us as we move into finals week. But now we're going to send it out to Zach, who's standing by at Strozier Library.
All right, guys, thank you very much, Shane. We are live out here at Landis Green. I'm with Emilio. He is the president of Coping Through College, correct? Yes, sir. And you guys are the ones putting on this event. What is this event called, and what do we have here? I see so many dogs.
Yes, our event is called.
Yeah.
Our event is called Countdown to Finals. So
Okay.
We bring therapy to animals from TMH, dog owners on campus. We basically give them free food. There's a creation zone where they paint, wherever that banner is. And we just have students paint wherever they want, stress, and we blow dry it so they can keep it, take it home.
Very cool.
And there's about 20 dogs here.
I see so many of them. You have them of all different sizes.
All sizes, small, big, therapy, dogs everywhere. And we have 60 boxes of pizza, 1,200 cookies.
You guys need to come out. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting very hungry back there. Papa John's over here. You got Monster energy drinks. You've got a little of everything going on. But that's not the only event going on, at least come next week to get through finals. What else do you know that's going on?
There's also paint your finals away.
Okay.
Tuesday at 1 p.m. at Union Green.
Okay.
It'll be big whiteboards. You just paint. Throw paint on the boards, say, that's your finals.
Very cool.
And there's also pancakes in Strozier Monday.
Okay. Pancakes and Strozier. I love it. All right. Thank you very much, Emilio. We appreciate it. This is a great event. It goes on till 6:30, so come on out and enjoy some dogs. All right, guys, back to the desk. Shane, Jay, what else you got going on?
Thank you, Zach. It looks very exciting to be out there on Landis in front of Strozier this evening.
Yeah, I know. It's a great way to stress sleep for finals. Speaking of stress sleep, what's your best way to study for finals?
Well, I can't stand it when I am cooped up inside all day, so I like to take my studying outside. Even if I'm just sitting on my front porch, enjoying the fresh air is the best way to do it.
Yes, remember, all the libraries are going to be open 24 hours. That's including Strozier Library, Dirac. You got the William Johnson building going to be open 24 hours. And you also have free coffee for majority of this finals week. And we got pancakes in Strozier, so it's going to be great times.
It is going to be fantastic. If you're feeling stressed about finals, take a deep breath because FSU has got you covered with extended hours and extra resources for everyone as we approach the last leg of the semester.
Yeah, not to mention they're going to have puppies all around Landis for majority of the week.
Can't argue with that.
True. But speaking of puppies, Matt, do you own a puppy in the Southeast?
Well, I wish I had a puppy, but I don't right now. It would get me through finals week a lot better, but you know what? We'll just have to go on out to Landis with Zach to find those puppies. Right now across the Southeast, looking really nice, looking really warm, high pressure dominating our area. We'll jump into that in just a second. But 70s are really across the board. 80s down, further down the peninsula. And then as we get near Little Rock and Shreveport, we're in the 60s there and the 70s as well. And then up into the northeastern coastlines, Wilmington, Savannah, you're in the 80s once more. Satellite and radar showing all of that cloud cover starting to push into our area, really easing out the dry air just a little bit. We've got a lot of rain that's been falling in Houston, Louisiana. We've seen some flash flood watches and warnings over the last few days. Casey's going to break all of those down in his national here in a few minutes. But those storms are starting to march on their way to the east. And as they do so, could increase our rain chances just a little bit. Now, what exactly are we doing? Let's take a look at the setup. Right now, we've got dry, stable air over our region. That's starting to move on out as well. High pressure dominating. But as we do slide this image just a little bit to the west, we can see where that deep moisture is in the area. All this deep tropical moisture is starting to funnel up and funnels, well, right into Houston. We're seeing 12 to 13 inches in parts of Houston. Rain's starting to move out of that area right now, but as that does push east just a little bit, it will increase our rain chances over the next day or two. Now, let's take a look at the water vapor imagery real quick to see exactly what's going on in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. All this orange behind me, that's all that dry air that was impacting our area early on. It's starting to funnel on out, bringing in all of this moisture. Really not calling for a washout here in Tallahassee, but we will see those uptick chances of rain. Now, let's look at the dew point as well. This kind of echoes where that drier air is kind of a little bit more farther to the northeast, and the very moist air as we were seeing over the Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana regions. Now, futurecast rainfall, let's check in real quick here. As we do push this into the overnight hours on Wednesday and into Thursday, we do see those rain chances, especially in Shreveport, increase once again. Tonight's forecast, though, 50s here in Tallahassee, really 50s across the entire southeast, 60s in New Orleans. As we get down further down the peninsula, 70s in the Keys once more. And then into tomorrow, how's it looking? Partly cloudy skies, most of the area. Orlando checking in very sunny skies as well. Little Rock in the 70s and 80s, pretty much the story all around there. But now, Ayesha, Kate, we're going to send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Matt. I'm excited for that 82 degrees tomorrow.
Oh, yes. It's gonna be really nice.
But Houston wasn't seeing some good weather in the last couple days.
Yeah, they got over a foot of rain, and there's a lot of flooding in that area.
Right, and they almost beat their record. They hit 20 inches, I heard, on Monday. That's a lot of rain in one spot area. And a lot of communities were struggling to get out of their houses and homes.
Yeah, a lot of houses have been flooded, unfortunately, because of all that rain. Schools have been closed. A lot of roads, obviously, closed because of that.
Right, and you know the phrase, right? Turn around, don't drown.
Exactly.
Definitely don't take those roads when it's flooding out there. And we don't get that much intense rain as Houston did, but
No.
we will see some on Friday.
Yeah, nothing, though, as much as Houston did.
Yeah, so hopefully, 70% chance is not too bad. You'll see a drizzle here and there for the most part, but it won't be too bad. But right now, we're going to take it to Casey for another national look.
Thanks, guys. Across our nation right now, we're seeing relatively nice conditions in most of it. Tallahassee right now, we're seeing those low 80s, upper 70s. Atlanta, the same story. New Orleans as well, out toward Dallas, San Antonio, though, just a little bit cooler. 72 degrees there in the heart of Texas. Now, 37 over in Denver, much cooler out there in Colorado. Now, temperature changes last 24 hours. This really tells the story. 22 degrees cooler. Minneapolis, 21 in Detroit. They have some thunderstorms on the way for that area. So something for those folks to definitely keep an eye on there in southeast Michigan. Your satellite and radar here across our nation. Showers, thunderstorms approaching areas closer toward New Orleans. Right now, Lafayette, Louisiana, getting under the accent. I'll take a closer look at that here in just a moment. Southeast Missouri as well. Some showers and thunderstorms occurring there near Cape Girardeau. So closer look time, we go Shreveport, Louisiana, down toward Houston earlier with some showers, thunderstorms. Right now, pretty much cleared out in most of the states. So that's the good news. But we'll watch to see if there's some redevelopment later on this evening. And there is a flash flood watch that does remain in effect for those folks. It's something for them to definitely keep an eye on. Current winds, now 15 miles an hour in New Orleans, 22 in Washington, D.C., but right now calm in Atlanta, Georgia, just great there in the Peach State for that part of it, at least. Now, airport delay-wise, we do have a 33-minute departure delay right now there in Minneapolis, something for those folks to take note of, but otherwise, it's all clear across the picture. Great news overall here across the United States and the major hubs, at least. Now, futurecast radar, we're expecting over the next 48 hours or so, showers, thunderstorms will be impacting those areas in southeast Louisiana. So New Orleans be getting into the action here. Something for those folks, again, to keep an eye on. Northern Mississippi, so Jackson down toward Hattiesburg even later on. Maybe some showers will be impacting those folks. Huntsville, Birmingham as well as we get in toward your Friday. We'll be watching that for sure for them. Now, for tonight's forecast, we do see 49 degrees in Kansas City, 35 degrees in Denver, much cooler as we get further out to the west, 51 Albuquerque, 44 in Billings. Up toward the northeast, though, they're seeing some of the same cool air infiltrate that area. 43 over toward Boston, 51 Washington, D.C., but a little bit warmer down toward our way. 59 degrees here in the capital city of Florida. Now for tomorrow, what we're expecting, well, 78 degrees Dallas, 83 San Antonio, 97 in Phoenix, approaching almost 100 degrees already for those folks here in this mid-April. So something that you don't see too often, but they are very toasty out there typically as you do get later into the summer months. So that's pretty much a wrap with the national situation. Ayesha Wilkinson done a great job team leading this year on those FSU Weather Wednesday shows. Jake Karstens will do the same. But right now we'll go ahead and take a local look at things here with Kate.
Thanks, Casey. Yeah, we can see that there's a lot of warm temperatures around the U.S., but we're still warm here in Tallahassee. We reached a high today of 84. This is just a little bit off, but we were able to get up to 84 today. So a little bit warmer than our average, which usually sits around 81 degrees, but definitely nowhere near that low of 53 that we saw back in 1953. Current conditions right now, we're sitting around 82. Again, this is a little bit off on our currents, but we're still warm outside and still sunny. So if you do happen to go out still tonight, it'll be fairly warm. Currently around, though, we're seeing, again, really warm temperatures, a little bit cooler down the coast, 75 in Carabel, 73 in Apalachicola, but overall really warm temperatures, 81 in Monticello, 76 in Valdosta as well. So overall beautiful. We see the clouds have begun to move in, and we're going to see those clouds starting to increase as we make it into tomorrow and Thursday as we see a cold front coming in. But that's the reason we're seeing so much cloud cover. That's a bit different than what we've seen the past day or so. But once that front goes through, it's going to give us a bit more rain. But looking at winds, though, we're seeing 10 miles per hour winds here in Tallahassee coming from the east, 8 miles per hour in St. Mark, 7 in Carabel. So nothing too breezy, but there's just a light wind going right now. On the water, if you want to head out, tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day to go out. Southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots, 3 to 4 feet of chop. So it's smooth light, so if you have a boat, definitely great to get out for tomorrow before that rain comes in. And again, if you're going out on the beach, another beautiful day. Southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour. That UV index is still pretty high at a 6, so if you do head out to the beach, make sure you grab that sunscreen to protect your skin. Wear a hat as well. For tonight, though, 59, not pretty bad. It's going to be just a little bit of cloud, so it's going to be really nice if you do head out, so you might want to bring a light jacket if you are sensitive to that cold. Overall, a beautiful evening. For tomorrow, another great day, 82. We're going to see some sunshine as well, but of course those clouds are going to build as we head into tomorrow afternoon and throughout the evening. But what do you want to wear for the next day or so? Well, tomorrow, again, it's going to be really nice. Shorts and tank top are going to be really great. You're going to want to stay cool with all this warm weather. But on Friday, that rain does begin to move in Thursday night into Friday. So make sure you have that umbrella handy for Friday as well. But after Friday, we're going to get on Saturday, and those warm, sunny temperatures are really going to be back. So sunglasses and sundresses will be great for you girls. But what do we expect for the week ahead? Well, Thursday, again, 82. For us tomorrow, that rain does creep in Thursday night into Friday, but it is Earth Day on Friday, so it'll be really great. But the rest of the weekend is going to be beautiful as well. But we're going to go ahead and send it off to the desk where we have a special interview with our mayor, with Ayesha.
Well, good evening, Tallahassee. Right here we have Mayor Andrew Gillum. Thank you for appearing on our show.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so excited. I want to hear about what you got going on for Tallahassee. So what accomplishments are your most memorable accomplishments?
Well, right before we went on, we were just talking about Earth Day, and we were debating whether or not Earth Day is on Thursday or Friday. I think it's Thursday, but we can take a wager on this and decide. I mentioned that only because we've taken some real strides over the past couple of months in trying to make our community, the city of Tallahassee, much more friendly to our environment. As folks move around this area, they might notice that we've got a lot more bus and bike lanes that get folks to downtown and then back to campus, that we will soon have a 100-acre solar farm that powers
near the airport,
that's
right?
right, near the airport. 20 megawatts of electric generating power. It will be enough energy to power the operations of our international airport, which is huge. And we're going to make it available for citizens, for students, and others to choose to operate off of solar even in their homes.
That's absolutely
they can make a
amazing.
Contribution, and we can get solar to them in the home. But I have to tell you, by and large, we've got so much happening around our city.
Right.
Just this past weekend, I was out there for a flurry of festivals at Cascades Park, which is a world-class amenity. A lot of students are there exercising. A lot of members of our community come out there. I have now started to say that Cascades Park is where Tallahasseans come to meet itself. Because it's just that kind of a diverse place. But lots going on, and
that's great.
Always want to.
So glad you're in the community, out there, hands-on. So how does it feel to be the youngest person elected for the Tallahassee City Commission?
Well, I tell you, I was elected when I was 23, just coming off the campus of Florida A&M University. And I have to tell you, I mean, the biggest hurdle I found was really getting over my own insecurities. What does it mean to be the youngest person on the city commission? What does it mean not to have the same amount of work experience as some of my colleagues? Is my voice relevant? Does my opinion matter? And once I got over that, and it took me a little bit of time, I tell you, it was the best thing that I ever could have done. When I opened my mouth, found my voice, and started to speak around those issues that were of concern to me, I recognized that there were a lot of people out there who agreed on a lot of these issues just like I did.
That's really inspiring. That's pretty amazing. So what are you working on currently right now to build Tallahassee better?
Yeah, so it's interesting. Today we had a press conference just a little bit earlier kicking off our summer jobs program. We're working to put 200 young people throughout our community between the ages of 13 and 20 to work this summer. We were just designated a tech hire city by the White House, one of 50 named tech hire communities in the country. It's a great accolade. But I tell you, the biggest advantage here is that we're going to work with the White House. We're going to work with folks at LinkedIn, at Twitter, and at many other sort of emerging industries to help train the next generation of workers. There were some 500 jobs advertised in the last quarter of last year that went vacant because we don't have the talent necessary and ready and skilled to take on the technology jobs that exist for today. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about training up the next generation of workers and hopefully keeping them here in Tallahassee.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. STEM programs are just, we know all about it.
I know you do.
We love it here at FSU, and we want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It was an honor to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good luck to you.
And we just want to say thank you to all that helped get Mayor Andrew Gillum on here. So thank you so much for coming. And right now we're going to take it back to Andres for a local look at the weather.
Thank you, Ayesha, and thank you, Mayor, for coming and visiting us. Honor to have you here on the show. Hopefully we see you back again. Currently here in Tallahassee, it's 79 degrees, 78 in Jacksonville, 79 in Tampa, and 79 in West Palm Beach. Pretty much the whole state of Florida is seeing great conditions with a little bit of cloud cover as these clouds that are coming from the Gulf of Mexico just are streaming on through the state. And we can see this right here, and this is ahead of this cold front. You can see it way over here by Louisiana. It's finally pushing its way out of Texas, giving them a break. They've had a lot of rain, over a foot of rain locally, especially to the west of Houston. Torrential downpours that they've had with the system just sitting there for a while. But for us here in Florida, it is looking great. But the system is making its way our way, and it should be here by by Friday around mid-afternoon. But currently winds, they're out of the east here in Tallahassee. They're at 10 miles per hour, 9 in Jacksonville, 10 in Orlando, and 10 in Miami. We're having a little bit of brisk winds around the whole state, but as you can see, we have this whole bunch of dry air that just pushed off towards the east onto the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. And right here in the state of Florida, we have a lot of humid air, but this is upper level moisture, and it's caused by this upper level trough that's just sucking up southern moisture and bringing it our way, creating some of those upper level clouds that we are seeing currently at the moment. But here at the surface, it's 43 degree dew point here in Tallahassee, 51 in Jacksonville, 57 in Orlando, and 53 in West Palm Beach. Pretty much the whole state is sitting really, really comfortable right now. And past 24-hour temperature change, well, none here in Tallahassee. It's the same as it was yesterday at this time. And it's pretty much the same for the rest of the state, not really a big difference. And this cold front's not going to change that at all. It's just going to bring some rain our way here on Friday into Saturday. As we go here into Futurecast, you can see that this rain will be making its way into our area, probably maybe a little bit on Thursday, but mainly more of a Friday event than anything else. Friday afternoon into Saturday morning as we go on. But moving on into tonight, it's going to be 59 here in Tallahassee, 57 in Jacksonville, 63 in Orlando. And moving on into tomorrow, it's going to be 82 here in Tallahassee, 82 in Jacksonville, 80 in West Palm Beach. But I'm going to pass it off to Zach Covey, and he's going to have a look at our local.
Andres, thank you very much. Man, I just ran. Currently in Tallahassee, it's 79. I can attest to that. I was just outside, partly cloudy skies in that dew point. It is ramping up. It's getting very hot, very sweltery outside, 28% humidity with that east wind at 10 miles an hour. That wind will begin to change out of the west, and with it some more humid conditions and some wetter conditions. Yeah, all that rain in Texas, that's heading our way. I'll get to that in just a second. More so around the tri-state region, 76 in Valdosta, as well as Albany and Dothan. Very sunny skies. We do have a few clouds across Tallahassee, and the farther south towards the coastline you go. That's because when we go to our satellite and radar, you'll see a lot of cloud cover moving on up into the region. No threat of rain for us across the area, and that's because a lot of that moisture is still situated in the Gulf. A lot more of that cloud cover moving in, but that's also increasing that humidity, and it's starting to feel pretty muggy outside, eventually going to feel oppressive as we look out to the west towards Shreveport, moving closer and closer to New Orleans. That's where a lot of that stuff is starting to basically intensify in some of these parishes in Louisiana. So what's going to move that our way? Actually, it's going to be this little upper level spin. You can see this upper level low pressure system. There's that spin right there on this water vapor imagery. With it, yeah, it's going to bring some showers to South Dakota, portions of the Midwest, but that's also going to begin to intensify and move this low pressure trough, this trough of low pressure out towards our region, because that upper level low will begin to move our way. With it, that trough will begin to advance towards the Tallahassee and tri-state regions. You'll see we stop at around 1 o'clock. Yeah, it's still lingering across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and then it begins to trek into Alabama, portions of Montgomery, say Birmingham as well. Going to see some minor rainfall. We aren't looking at flooding totals like in Houston. That will push our way come Friday. That rain chance will go up in your 7-day. You'll see in just a second. But we aren't anticipating any strong or severe storms. With it 59 degrees, a few clouds, mainly a warmer night than what we have been seeing with that south wind at 5 miles an hour. Tomorrow, yet another warm day, 82 degrees. We do bump that rain chance up to 20% as that front begins to move its way very slowly towards our region. Sunshine peaking during the day, but then those clouds building as that front moves closer and closer. But we still want you to go out and support your Seminoles. Yeah, FSU beach volleyball, that's out there. 79 degrees on Friday at 1 p.m. We may have some light rain, so bring an umbrella and a jacket just in case. Baseball also going on. That's going to be Friday at 6, 77. The Noles facing ACC rival Notre Dame. Going out on the water, going to be very nice. Southeast wind 10 to 15 knots, waves 3 to 4 feet, moderate chop on the bays and inlets. And then Friday, there's that rain chance up 70%, but drying out and warming up quickly next week. Could be pushing 90 by finals week. Ladies at the desk, that is too hot.
No, I don't think that's too hot.
I think it's too hot. I'm from New York, and I'm already fanning myself. Like, yeah. I can't handle that.
Born in South Florida, I'm used to it.
But it's going to be nice outside for that food truck Thursday.
Exactly. It's going to be great weather for that, to get out, enjoy some good food.
Yeah, and then it's going to be at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But check out your 7-day, guys. It's pretty beautiful. Earth Day, Friday. We're calling for a 79 degrees, 70% chance of rain.
Yeah, which is good. Rain is good for the earth.
Right, see? It all works out. Yeah. And 84 on Saturday, pretty dry weekend for the most part. So if you want to get in that one last party before finals, you know, just get all that fun out, go for it.
Soak up the sun.
Right. But you can like us on Facebook/FSU Weather, follow us on Twitter/FSU Weather, and guess what? Livestream/FSU Weather. Check us out, folks. We're there all the time. We even have an Instagram, so check us out.
Yeah, and if you ever have any photos, of course, we do like to see your photos.
Oh, we love photos. But yeah, but for now, I'm Ayesha Wilkinson.
And I'm Kate Nagel.
And make sure you have a good night, folks. See you, Tallahassee, and go Noles.